I mean, we're all working for the weekend anyway, right?
Everybody's working for the weekend. Except I don't work on weekends.
Neither do I.
All right, let's hop into this.
What?
Back to the
What?
album segment.
What?
We're going to do the album segment.
What?
What?
I thought that was over.
No. This is the last week for it.
We're really going to do this?
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Let's do it.
2021. We have no honorable mentions because we're getting into years that are a bit dark. No one's doing anything.
Hey, music. Do better.
So for the top four, well, the only four, we have Morgan Wallen, the Dangerous Double album. I mean, come on, baby.
So, like, most of it he didn't actually write, but he recorded it all.
Yeah, this is a banger of an album. Incredible, incredible, incredible stuff. We have Scion, self-titled. Have you ever heard of Scion?
I mean, a friend of mine had a TC in high school.
So Scion is
The cheap end
it's
of Toyota?
Jared. Have you ever seen Jared Dines on YouTube?
Yes.
It's him. I think he probably got studio musicians to do the drums. I'm not sure on that. It wouldn't surprise me if he did the drums. And Howard Jones from Killswitch Engage. It is some sick music. Sick music. Then we've got Knocked Loose, A Tear in the Fabric of Life. I mean, it's knocked loose. It's heavy as balls, as all Knocked Loose albums are. And we've got your guilty pleasure, Andy. Olivia Rodrigo, Sour.
I added this for my daughter because she loved this album when she came out. I do enjoy it. Mostly because of the documentary. I found it really interesting how Olivia wrote this album and recorded it.
Is this the girl that has that driver's license song?
Yeah, that's on this album.
That's the only song I know.
Plus, her drummer is a chick, and she plays Ludwig, so she's cool in my book. Yeah, I mean, the album really front to back, there are a lot of really good songs. There was a lot of press about this album because of Olivia's relationship with Taylor Swift and how, we'll say, influential Taylor was for this album. I'm pretty sure this is the one that Taylor actually gets royalties on. But if you're into pop or you're just looking for something new, it's worth a listen.
So we have quite a selection here.
Dude, you can go from getting punched in the mouth in the pit to hanging out at like an arena to getting podunk. So,
yeah. So this just shows how vast our musical tastes go. Which one do you pick? I think I know which one you're picking.
You know which one I'm picking.
I mean, it's pretty obvious.
I think that's the one you're picking,
It's
too.
Morgan Wallen.
Morgan Wallen killed it with Dangerous.
Yeah.
Everything since then hasn't been quite that. He's had some good songs, like, Last Night was great.
That
that
album's a good album, too. One Thing at a Time, yeah.
It's all right, but it's not Dangerous. Like,
I mean, yeah.
Like Sand in My Boots, More Surprised Than Me, which actually Nico Moon, I believe, was the contributing writer on that. What else was on Dangerous?
It had The Way I Talk.
Way I Talk, Wasted on You.
I mean, all the hits.
It's
all the hits.
He
Everybody knows.
Doubled down and then went all the way through it. So
yeah.
You can't say no to that.
Yeah, Morgan Wallen killed it with this album.
Chairs or not.
And and whoever says otherwise is just jealous of Morgan Wallen.
You know anybody else plays disc golf with a chair and a couple cops?
Disc golf.
4 years in state.
So 2022, there's no honorable mentions here either.
No honor.
There's there's the top 4. It's Aaron Lewis, Frayed at Both Ends. Again, Aaron Lewis is in here. Dude, this album is so good. So good.
You know, we brought up OnlyFans last week. I'm just going to say it now. If you ever meet Aaron Lewis, I get the feeling you're going to have an OnlyFans.
Dude, Aaron Lewis, Frayed at Both Ends. This album is such a banger.
I liked that one.
Especially if you like just slow like country music. It's top notch. Then we've got Andy's pick again, Taylor Swift Midnights. I don't know this album at all, but apparently we've got a little Swiftie over here.
Dude, it was good. Like, I mean, it wasn't like 1989 good, and granted, neither of those were like first album good.
I mean, it's hard to beat like early Taylor Swift.
Dude, Teardrops on My Guitar is probably going to be her best song forever. I mean, like 22 and I Knew You Were Trouble. Those are all right.
That's when she started to
that's
peter off. When she started to go into like the pop.
I'm glad you changed that word
the
after
pop
that
genre.
The first sentence.
It's like,
Yeah. I mean, you can't. She's the queen.
She is the queen of pop. I will give her
and
that.
She's awesome. Like, people hate on her, but for what?
We've got Zach Bryan, American Heartbreak.
34 songs.
This album has 34 songs on it. Hey, Zach Bryan, that's too many. Just cut it in half and release like another album down the road. Your work's already done. You don't have to do anymore.
An American Wild Air live set was usually 39 to 42 songs, and that was for 3 or 4 hours.
Yeah, 34 songs is way too much to put on an album. I like Zach Bryan, I do, but I don't think I can listen to him front to back, especially an album with 34 songs, because they all just like kind of run together. It's like you have the like folky style like banjo, you've got the mandolin, you've got the harmonica, you've got the acoustic. And his voice is really unique in like the way that he sings. He has like this weird little like vibrato that comes in like when he's like dragging out these notes. It's definitely a Zach Bryan sound, but it's definitely not my pick.
So is he related to Luke Bryan?
I don't think so. I hope not. And then the last one on the top 4 is LS Dunes. This is a super group made up of Anthony Green, the guitar player from My Chemical Romance, the guitar player from Thursday,
Frankie Iero,
and
Tucker.
The drummer from Thursday, the guitar player the bass player from Coheed, and 2 guys from Thursday. I think the drummer's from Coheed. I could be wrong.
No, drummer's from Thursday, Tucker Rule.
Okay,
I know because that's why I don't listen to him.
Yeah. So they have like this super group from like the emo scene, and it is solid music. It's, I mean, if Seosin, Circa Survive, and Thursday had a baby, basically, it's.
Well, you forgot MCR.
Well, it's definitely not
Coheed.
Well, maybe early MCR influenced, but it's good. It is really, really good.
You mean like the really early stuff? Oh God, my dad's watching. Turn it off. To this day, I would still marry Taylor Swift if given the opportunity, so that hasn't changed.
That's the best thing. That's the best first message in the chat I think I've ever seen. So my pick here is...
Hold up. Who wouldn't marry Taylor Swift? I mean, obviously not you. You're married, but even still, like...
I mean, money-wise?
Yeah, we know it's one viewer, asshole.
This is our first live stream. Give us a break. My pick's Aaron Lewis, definitely. Not even close. I
can't say it.
Your pick is Taylor Swift.
Dude, Midnights was good.
Oh boy, Andy, what have you become? 2023. We have some honorable mentions. Finally, we'll start with those. We have Logic, College Park. This is the album after I think he was off his label and he like retired, and then he put this out like as like a passion. So it kind of gives him that freedom to kind of do what he wants. I enjoyed it. I wouldn't say it's a banger, but it's definitely good, and there's some really good songs off of it. So College Park is good enough for an honorable mention. We've got another one of Andy's little hidden secrets here. Marshmello, is that Sugar Poppy?
Yes, sir.
That is a terrible album name.
Ay, papi.
This is a terrible album name. I don't know what to say about that because this is not my genre of music at all.
It's a total departure from well, it's not a total departure from Marshmello, but it's not what you would expect. This album is exclusively Latino, which is an interesting twist on it.
Like, what do you mean by
like
Latino?
it's all, I listened to it last night, and I'm fairly confident that all of the songs are in Spanish.
Interesting.
So
he's
he
not
took
Spanish.
No, so well, nobody really knows who Marshmello is.
Well, no, that's
Deadmau5.
Yeah, that's the guy.
So everybody is pretty sure that Marshmello is actually a guy named Christopher Comstock, who started out as a DJ named .com.
That's kind of a cool DJ name, I'm not going to lie.
He's from Philly.
Okay.
So that's neat. But he's never revealed his identity because he's always wearing the Marshmello mask whenever he's out.
There's a guy that trick-or-treats by my wife's grandparents' house. And
By guy, you mean boy?
No, there's a guy, like a full-grown guy.
Like he's...
I guess he takes his kids trick-or-treat, or he just walks around the neighborhood, but he has like a Marshmello helmet that's like legit, like lights up and everything, LED screen and stuff. And Lydia got a picture with him because she just loved his helmet. This was, I think, 2 years ago, but she loved it. It was crazy. Your sound is lower than the other videos. We are live, so we might need to
bump it up.
Bump up the gain.
Yeah, I really like Marshmello because I feel like he leverages his anonymity to make statements in a way. Like, you know, he did that single "Be Kind" with it was a collaboration with who was it? It wasn't Halsey on that. What was it? Halsey? I think Halsey might have been on that one. But like he really supports the whole mental health movement and things like that. So I think that's important.
All right. So we have Gideon, More Power, More Pain. Oh my goodness. This album is just Gideon releasing bangers yet again. Just solid stuff. It's like lyrically, I think it's some of their best stuff that they've ever put out because it just hits. It just strikes a nerve. It strikes a chord. And
what?
That's it for the honorable mentions.
Did you just say that?
There. What?
You said it strikes a chord?
Yeah, it strikes a chord. Is that a problem, Andy? The top four.
How you gonna go put my pick in the damn honorable mentions?
Because dude, look at the top four. Come on.
The one, Zach Bryan's spoiler alert, Zach Bryan's self-titled doesn't belong there.
This is a much smaller album, and it's definitely got more songs that I like, and his songs definitely stand out more. They're not like kind of running together. They're definitely like more different styles. He's got the slow stuff, he's got the folky stuff, he's got the country-based stuff. It's definitely better, and it's not 34 freaking songs. So there's that. The next one, Story of the Year, Tear Me to Pieces. This is Story of the Year back to their true form. 100% back to their true form. I will fight you right now.
Bro, Phil's still trying to play the part of two guitars with one.
Phil's out of the band. Ryan's the guitar player.
I'm sorry. Ryan.
Dude, it's 100% like back to Story of the Year in its true form. They are writing music that they enjoy writing. It rips. It's riffy. It's Story of the Year, how Story of the Year should be. And the lyrical content in these songs, oh my gosh. That song, the song Tear Me to Pieces, that the album's named after, dude, that song couldn't have come out at a better time.
Okay, granted, the album, maybe, if he did like 4 guitar tracks instead of 2 or something like that.
You're focusing on the live aspect of it.
Right, because if you can't play it live, don't record it. If you can't play it live, don't record it. I mean it.
I will strangle you
Like,
with
there's
a mic
some
cord.
like people out there just like the drummer's like, I can't fucking play it. And then he's like, oh, well, we could, record it slower and then speed it up. Oh, you can do that? Yeah, let's do that. And then when they play it live, it's 20 freaking BPM slower, and it's like,
it's good, and I will die on that hill.
they need another axe.
Stop.
It's good. They need another axe.
Yeah, you're about to get an axe. Then we've got
Axe body spray.
Morgan Wallen, One Thing at a Time. Again, Morgan Wallen releasing them heaters. This is a solid album.
Not as good as the one above it.
Definitely not. It's hard to beat the one above it. It is hard to beat the one above it.
It was good. It wasn't great, but
Dude. And then we've got Hardy, The Mockingbird, and The Crow. You want to talk about perfection from beginning to end? Not only just banger music, banger songs. The way that this dude writes his music blows my mind.
so it was a good album. I still think I like A Rock better. And also, I specifically did not text this to you earlier in the week when I thought of it because I wanted to talk about it here now. So we're going to do this hot take quick.
Oh, God.
Have you heard his latest single?
No, what's the Rockstar? Is that the one?
No, the Truck Bed?
That's on this album.
Right, but he did it with Nickelback.
Yeah. It's actually good, and I hate that I say that.
Okay, it is good. Have you seen him perform it live with Nickelback?
Yeah, I see that performance I didn't think was terrible.
Well,
However,
whose part?
Both of their parts. However, I saw when I think it was the Country Music Awards when him and Morgan Wallen and Post Malone performed the Joe Diffie song. Oh, why can I think of the name?
Because you're not really podunk.
Oh, why can't I think of the name? It's a Joe Diffie song. It's like one of his biggest songs. Because they all did a cover of that song.
Oh yeah, no, I remember it now. I don't remember which song it was.
Dude,
but
his part that he performed was really not great.
So here's the
And neither was Morgan Wallen's. I think Morgan Wallen's was even worse.
Here's the hot take: if Chad Kroeger is on stage doing his thing, Hardy should probably get off of it because you see Hardy singing. And then Chad just steps up to the mic, and it's like, all right, step aside for the legend. And I don't even like Nickelback that much anymore.
I hate Nickelback,
but he's, dude, he has his thing down.
Yeah.
And Hardy...
He has that thing down. Hardy, I think he's much better as a songwriter and not a live performer. He puts on a hell of a show from what I've seen. I can't deny that. But his vocals live, it's very hit or miss. I saw his performance he did with Lainey Wilson when they performed Get in the Truck. I think that was at the Country Music Awards. He was on point with that. Their harmonies were perfect.
Was that Lainey?
Yeah. Yep.
I thought Lainey did the other one, the One Beer.
No.
Somebody else did One Beer.
Other,
yeah, Lainey did. You're right.
Dude, back to his songwriting. Looking at the song Wait in the Truck, you could not write a song about that subject matter any better than the way he wrote it. Just driving down the road, picking up this girl that he sees on the side of the road, and it's raining. She's walking. She gets in the truck. He notices that, she's got bruises and cuts on her. He doesn't ask her a bunch of questions. He knows exactly what happened. He goes, where does he live? They go to his house. He kicks in the door, does what needs to be done, sits down, grabs the dude's cigarette, smokes it, waits for the cops to come, goes to jail for the reason she comes to visit him. Dude, it's written so well.
You know what the problem is? Now that that's out there and people are figuring it out, it's going to be everywhere.
That
formula
song is everywhere.
No, not just that song, but that formula for a song, that method of writing.
I think that just comes with, because like Morgan Wallen has that in his songs too. Granted, Hardy wrote some of their songs, but even his new album that I don't know if Morgan or if Hardy had anything to do with that, but with Hardy, the beer song, he wrote the song about beer, but it's from the perspective of the beer. As your friend, like, hey, we've had some good times. Remember when we just like caused mayhem, and I gave you the nerve to talk to that girl, and this and that. Like, it's very interesting to listen to like these typical like country songs that it's about getting drunk, or it's about driving your truck, or it's about rescuing the girl or falling in love, but he writes them from it from the flip side of the typical songwriter's perspective, which I find incredibly interesting. My pick is this album, 100%.
Oh yeah, Hardy wins.
The amount of times that I've listened to this album is ridiculous. I think my entire recap for my music listening for last year, for 2023, was literally just all Hardy.
I almost want to mute the audio so I can listen to that clip right now, but yeah, he just kills it, man. I mean,
this album just
like writing wise,
and like the crossing over of the genres too, where he's got like a country song.
Why'd you go there?
Then he's got like a more like edgy, like rock influenced part there, where it's like 30-06 or Sold Out. Like
Sold Out probably shouldn't have been a thing.
What? Excuse me?
It's pretty cliche.
That song's a ripper, dude. It's funny because when that song comes on in the car and like the beginning comes and it's all the crowd like, Hardy, Hardy, you hear Lydia in the back just, Hardy, Hardy.
Oh. That's cute.
She loves Morgan Wallen and she loves Hardy, and she always has to ask like, who's this? We have to be like, it's Morgan Wallen. That's one of her favorites. But yeah, Hardy killed it with this album. It's definitely the pick. Story of the year, it's close because that album is absolutely incredible, and some of those songs hit me at a time where I really needed to hear it.
Grab me a guitar.
But Hardy just...
Grab me that guitar.
What?
Give me that guitar so I can give it to them.
No. And we can't do 2024 because it's not the end of 2024 yet. But we do have... I have 3 albums that I like so far from 2024. And it's Joyner Lucas, Not Now, I'm Busy. This dude is fire. You listen to much Joyner Lucas over there, Andy?
A little bit.
Dude, he's coming hard with it. And this album, he's killing it. It's good. It's really, really good. We've got Corey Wells, Harboring the Hurt I've Caused. This dude, I don't know how he can continue after this, really, because all of his songs are pretty much like breakup songs. You can only have that happen so much. But it's good. I like his music. It rips. It's good. But you can only write that song so many times before everyone's like, I think we've heard this before.
I mean, Prince got away with it how many times?
I guess that's true. And then a surprise one that I just found out today, Alien Ant Farm, Mantras. This band, I didn't even know they were putting out music still.
Wow!
But, dude, this dude's voice has not changed a single bit. It is the exact same as Anthology from, like, the 90s.
Yeah, he's... I don't know how I did it.
It's literally the exact same. It's wild, but they're killing it. I really enjoyed the album from what I've heard. I didn't listen to the whole thing, but I listened to enough to be like, okay. Because let's face it, now that we're in 2024, not many people are writing good music anymore.
Yeah.
It's a rarity nowadays.
Yeah.
But that'll close out the album segment, Andy.
Done and dusted.
What are we gonna do
Finally.
next? Maybe we'll have a little segment where we reflect on our choices and